Hi everyone, we are now at the focus point 360-degree AirPad IK Carnival. Welcome to the Focus Point Forum in collaboration with HOYA. I'm Annie Wong, your host and moderator for this section. Today, we will be talking about short-sightedness, what causes it, the common myths surrounding it, and how we can manage it better through early eye checks and technology. Before we begin our exciting conversation, allow me to introduce our esteemed guest speakers. Today, we are proud to have invited the consultant ophthalmologist and assistant medical director at Isaac KL, Dr. Chen Jianbon. Also, we are proud to have invited the Professional Affairs Executive at HOYA Malaysia, Ms. Jessee Ling. And we have with us the Optometrist at Focus Point Setia City Mall, Mr. Asyraf Zulhakim. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, myopia is becoming increasingly common among children today. Let's invite Mr. Asyraf to explain what myopia is and how common it is, especially among the Malaysian school children.
Thank you very much, Annie, for the introduction. So, what is short-sightedness? Short-sightedness is a refractive error wherever when we see distant object clear, a bit blurry, but whenever we see short distance things are very clear. So that's the common or general layman term of what short-sightedness is. However, clinically, short-sightedness is called myopia. What is myopia? Myopia is defined as a refractive anomaly where the unaccommodated eye is refracted with minus 0.5 diopters of power and above. So, before we proceed to what is the causes of short-sightedness, let's go back in time and review back what really is the concept of vision. So, back in the 300 BC, where at the time of Aristotle, Aristotle is a philosopher, so he observes a lot of things. And one thing that he observed during his time is that some people need to squint their eyes to see clearly. So that is the very first theory of short-sightedness come. So he comes up with two words, which is mind, to close, and ops, the eye. So that is the origin of the word myopia. But the theory remains, have no breakthrough, until the year 1500, where Ibn al-Haytham, the father of modern optics, discovered that what we see is really just objects reflecting light into our eyes. But still, he still doesn't discover what really caused myopia until the year 1700s. Hermann Borchev, a physicist, a physician, he discovered that our eyes actually affect what we see in terms of the length. That is what we call the axial length. The length of the eye actually affects how myopia really works inside our eye. Now we have understood what really is myopia. Now we continue to see what is the causes of short-sightedness. Like many diseases, the main cause of any anomaly in our body comes from the root, which is the genetics. So genetics is the main cause of myopia. If you have parents, both of your parents have myopia, your children will have highly likely to have myopia in the future. Secondly, excessive screen time also contributes to myopia development. Dr. Sayantan Biswas, an Indian optometrist, discovered that using screens in dim lighting excessively increases axial length, resulting in higher myopia in children. Lastly is the lack of outdoor activities. Also a research done by Dr. Sayantan Biswas, he also discovered that lack of outdoor activities can contribute to development of myopia. And there is also one theory they call the light dopamine theory, where whenever our eyes are exposed to UV lights, bright lights, the retina actually secretes dopamine hormones. And dopamine hormones actually helps halt the progression of axial length elongation. So actually, dopamine actually helps, in general, sunlight helps to halt progression of myopia. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about statistics of myopia in Malaysia and also globally. In Malaysia, most of us, we can see wherever we go, our friends, our relatives, we can see some of them wear glasses. So generally, in Malaysia, 1 out of 5 person have myopia. But not every community have high myopias. The recent research in 2017 by one of our pioneer in optometry in Malaysia, Professor Dr. Azrin himself made a discovery that among 3 biggest communities in Malaysia, Chinese, Indian and Malays, Chinese communities have the highest percentage of myopia in Malaysia, where 42% of Chinese in Malaysia have myopia. Where, however, the second ranking goes to the Malays, where 15% of Malay community have myopia in Malaysia. And lastly, the least percentage of myopia goes to the Indian races, where 4.2% only Indians in Malaysia have myopia. But these statistics are from 2017, and currently myopia getting worse and worse, and even globally. You can see there's a research done in 2018 where they did a systemic review of 145 studies back during 1995 until 2000 to see the trend of growing of myopia globally. And the study results show that by 2050, 50% of the global population will have myopia, and that is very concerning.
So how about Dr. Chan? Do you need to add on something on the causes of myopia?
Well, I think Asyraf already said everything about it, but I just want to add on where the statistics wise, right? Actually 20% over of the population is actually myopic, and about 2% of it is high myope. So it's more than 500, and that actually is the danger of it. We will go more on that later on.
Yes, as I would like to hear about that. Actually, what's the dangers on high myopia? Yeah, the danger of high myopia. All right. So thank you so much, Mr. Asyraf. That's really highlight how serious and widespread the issue is. And there's a quick question to ladies and gentlemen, to our audience here. Who here has heard that eating carrots can fix your eyesight, or that looking at the green trees can prevent from short-sightedness? Does anyone here has heard about it? All right, there's so much, there's so many myths out there about myopia. So, Miss Jessee, can you please help us to debunk some of these misconceptions?
Yep, sure. So our first question that we often receive from, most of the parents say, hey, how come my children have power already? How can I actually help to improve this? So is it okay if I stuff him 1 carrot every day? Like how we feed a rabbit? Yeah, so actually, I wouldn't say eating carrot will not help, but because every food, they have their own vitamins and the nutrition that we need to get to fit our body. All right. And by looking over here, the first sentence saying that this statement itself is a myth. By eating carrot, it will not reduce your eye power. It will not make your eye power become 0. All right. Just to clear things out. But eating food rich in the vitamin A like carrot can help you to maintain your good eyesight. And just for your information, if you are already currently wearing your glasses, by eating carrot, it won't help you to get rid of glasses in a future time. And it also will not reduce your eye power close to 0 or even getting low a little bit. Yeah.
Actually, eating too much carrot every day, right, can cause toxicity to your body. It causes hypervitaminosis A. It's actually toxic to the liver. Can actually spoil your liver in long term.
Yeah, so do everything in more moderately. Yeah.
If you eat every day carrot and tomatoes, your skin will actually change to orange.
Yes, there was once upon a time ago, I like to drink carrot milk. So I drink it every day. And then one day, my friend told me that, why you become so yellowish?
Then you become like US president, right?
Walking carrot. Yeah. So we can also proceed to the next question where very often the parent will ask, is it help if I always ask my children to look at the green, the trees? Okay, so actually this is also a myth where it doesn't really help as much if you look something green. Okay, because some of the parents, they used to ask, if looking something green will help, right? If I buy a small cute plant, I put in my study room next to the computer screen, okay That is a, it's a real question from a real patient. But actually this doesn't really help. Why we have a statement of asking someone to look at green things? Because usually green things is very far away from us. A tree is very tall, a tree is very far away. By looking at the leaf, it will help you to relax your eye muscle, get you some time to rest in between your study or your work. So other than that, right, if you ask your children, try looking at something green. But sometimes when there is a false time, the leaf is no longer green. What if the leaf become yellowish? So we can also encourage outdoor activities by spotting at the kites in a field, or maybe we can ask them to, try to find a cute clouds. Yeah, hey, have a look on the clouds here. Do you see a bunny over there? Or do you see clouds looks like a rocket? Yeah, that will also increase their interest to interact with you, and also at the same time achieving the concept where we need them to relax their eye muscle by looking at something far away. Yep. So you have
I add on again.
you got
So basically, it's more of exposure to the sunlight instead. Actually, nowadays, because we spend so much time indoor, playing games, computer games, all those kind of things, that's why it causes a lot of myopia. And of course, reading and all those. And I add on some studies where actually there are some, like Asyraf say, Chinese is the one that is having the most amount of people having myopia, right? So there's a study says that, Singapore versus Sydney kids, right? Both of them study a lot. Actually, Sydney kids study even more. But their rate of myopia is actually lower compared to the Singaporean kids. The reason is the Sydney kids, they spend a lot of time outdoor doing sports. But the Singaporean one prefer to play PS5 or something. So that's why the rate of you spending outside is actually very important.
So the key point is to relax our eyes, let our eyes to take some rest, and also to expose outdoor, right? All right, so we have heard about the causes and also the myths about myopia. So let us know more about the latest technology and research. So can you please share with us on the latest technology and research, like the facts about myopia and the research findings?
Yeah. So what happened is, usually before we, put out a statement saying something real or unreal about facts, we wanted to support with a valid and effective study. So in our current field of study, which is to talk about short-sightedness, we actually not only just want to uncover the real and the reason behind it, but we also want to find some way to cure this scenario to help slowing down how the power will grow as fast. And in HOYA, we actually have a product. We call it MioSmart, which is a main product for us to, slow down how our power going to progress that soon. And by over here, you can see here is a circle. And we have a lot of small circle, we call it lancelet, in the middle of the lens. And in between of everything, we have one hexagon shape where we label it into clear zone. So what we do on this, right? This lens will be fitted into the frame and the student wear it like a normal glasses. Through the clear zone, student will see things how they are supposed to see after they wear the glasses, which is everything clear. When far is not clear, we wear glasses so it become clear. And the magic is at the treatment zone. we can have a look on the small lenslet over here, where each lenslet, they have their own distinctive power. That power is actually to help creating how the focus in our eye, the image that is formed in our eye, bringing it slightly towards the front part, and hence it helps to slow down the power progression. So with this, we believe this theory and we come up with a product like this. And linking it back to the most latest research, where, for your information, this product we originally studied in Hong Kong. And then when we bring this good, amazing product into our country, we have also received questions from the ground. How does it really help with Malaysian children, like what doctor had shared? Kids in Singapore and kids in Sydney, they have, different statistics. And how does the statistic in Hong Kong linking to our own local market? And hence, we started a new study in Malaysia where the research has been approved and been published online, means that this research has been verified and proven real. So for this product, we have tested locally in our Malaysia children, in Malay children, uncovered by University Kebangsaan Malaysia, where we have managed to prove that how the lens effective towards the original Hong Kong student group and also the children in Malaysia group is very similar to each other. And we will also manage to link where if you wear these glasses, the effectiveness will stay as long as up to 6 to 8 years. It's not that you wear these glasses 2 years, after that you wanted to continue, but the lens doesn't work anymore. Yeah, so this is the latest study that we can conclude from our new and the latest innovation of this product.
Thank you, Ms. Jessee, for sharing about the latest technology offered by HOYA. So, Mr. Asyraf, how about the latest technology offered by Focus Point, like maybe in terms of eye checking? As I know that there is one AI-powered technology, right?
Yes, that's correct. In Focus Point, we actually have a collaboration with a technology called AirDoc. AirDoc, in the name itself, is like AI and doc, like AI doctor. So what AirDoc does in our outlets is that we screen patients, we take the pictures of their fundus, the back part of their eyes, the retina, to screen whether they have any abnormalities or any like upcoming diseases in the future, just to screen and help them understand the current condition of their eye health. Okay, so that is the latest technology in Focus Point. From the technology itself, it actually helps a lot of our patients, even unknowingly patients that have like symptoms of glaucoma, symptoms of macular degeneration. Most of these patients, they actually got the adult screening for free if they purchase a certain amount of products in Focus Point. So they get a free screening of AirDoc. So most of these patients actually doesn't really want to do it, but they got it for free, so they did it anyways. And most of these patients actually have been screened with some anomalies in their retina. Okay, so me personally in Focus Point, I have already referred about 5 of my patients to ophthalmologists, and most of them is because of either macular degeneration and cataracts, serious cataract issues. So from our latest technologies in Focus Point, we cannot just help in terms of refraction, we can also help in terms of improving your lifestyle, in terms of health, in terms of your quality life, in terms of referring you to see our doctors and ophthalmologists. And apart from that, Focus Point also have a cataract surgery center. It's called Excel View. And Excel View can also not just do cataracts, we can also do LASIK for those who have high myopias and maybe want to try a new refractive correction by not wearing glasses. So these are all what Focus Point have to offer to the community in Malaysia.
And yes, we have this AirDot fundus camera here at our carnival. So if anyone here want to try it out, you may visit our eye checkup soon later. Alright, Dr. Chen, can you please share with us on maybe some of the latest technology or innovations that we have in the global market?
So there are other technologies where for eye doctors, we actually have eye drops. It's actually called myopin. What it is actually a very mild form of medication that you put every day in your eyes. And what it does is actually something like the lens as well. It controls the myopia where it doesn't really increase your power anymore. Let's say your power is minus 200, it remains then at 200. But you have to put it on every single day. So in a way, it's actually an easy thing to do, but it also could be a hassle thing for the kids. They may forget and all those. That's why sometimes we ask the parents to put it instead. The medication is only available to doctors, as in it's prescribed by doctors. That's why you only see it being taught by me. But the spectacles wise, we still refer cases out to the optometrist so that they can actually prescribe with myopic control lens. This is the technology that we have. It's a simpler way that the kid have to wear the specs at least about 10 to 12 hours per day, something like that. And then we also have two other technologies. One is called Ortho K. It's actually a type of contact lens that you actually wear and you go to sleep with it. And the next day, something like you have done LASIK, you don't need to wear your spectacles and it's clear again. And it also controls your power. It doesn't really increase anymore after that. One more is called the low-level red light. But that technology has a good thing and bad thing about it. It's really just the kid looking at the light, but it's kind of difficult for a kid to look at the light for a long period of time because you have to do it twice a day for about 3 minutes. So it's a bit of a hassle for the patient or the kid itself and also for the parents. Other than that, of course, we have combination of therapy. That is actually the most effective way to do it. Is actually the myopic control lens, and also the eye drop, the myopin. That is actually the most effective way to do it, where you do both. And if let's say the patient on medication, the myopin, and it's still increasing, we have case like that. With spectacle, the myopic control lens, it actually reduces the power somehow. So this is actually the best way to do it. But of course, it costs a lot and it's a bit of a hassle to the patient as well.
Thank you, Doctor. All right, at earlier times, Dr. Chen has mentioned that quite a huge portion of our population are facing with high myopia, right? So most of the time, the community will relate high myopia with thick glasses or stronger glasses, right? So Dr. Chen, is high myopia just thicker glasses or lenses, or is there something more serious we should be aware of?
So high myopia actually can cause a lot of problems where it causes some amount of disease in the eye. Okay, go back. So number one is actually cataract. So cataract is actually the lens of your eye, inside your eye. It's normally clear, but at certain age, about 50, 60 years old, you will turn white. So this is what you call cataract. You need to do a cataract surgery. But in a younger patient, somehow the lens actually will turn white a bit more earlier. I've seen cases even at 20, 30 years old, they already have it now. These are all actually, there are a lot of factors to it, but one of it is myopia. If you have myopia, then there's also high risk of getting glaucoma. Glaucoma is actually the eye pressure getting higher and higher in the eye, compressing on the nerve at the back of your eye, and hence your vision will be lesser and lesser. From the side, it goes lesser and lesser. And in the end, you can get blind as well. And this is actually a silent form of thing. So glaucoma is one of it. The next thing is retinal detachment, where this one actually can cause blindness. What happens in the eye is that in myopia, the eye actually longer and longer, grows long and long. So because of that, the retina is actually thinner and thinner, and you get a higher risk of a retinal hole, a retinal tear. When it's the tear, it can cause retinal detachment, and that is actually permanent blindness. You need to do some sort of surgery to reattach the retina back. So actually, this is the highest form of blindness because it's a sudden thing, and it's sort of irreversible if you didn't detect it early. The next one is called myopic maculopathy, where actually what happens, same thing, because of the eye getting longer and longer, there's actually less blood vessel at certain area of the eye, which is the macula, and that is actually where there's not enough oxygen, and hence there are new vessels forming in the back of the eye, and it causes bleeding. The new vessels are actually very prone to bleeding. So there is treatment to it, but in a way you have to detect it early. So you may think that, wow, why not I just do a LASIK or ICL thing, something like that, to actually get rid of it, but that actually doesn't really help. It just aesthetically, it removes your spectacle, but your risk of getting cataract, glaucoma, retinal detachment, all this kind of disease is actually the same. So, okay, we can skip to the next one. So this is actually a picture of a myopic maculopathy, where you can see actually because of a very long eye, right? So there are a lack of all these cells in the eye at the back. And this actually causes your eye to be very blurred. You can't really see with this eye actually. And this is usually at least 500 power and above. But this is irreversible though.
Yeah, actually, through Dr. Chan's sharing, I have heard one key point, which is early detection. And we always say that prevention is always better than cure. I'm sure that we can address the issue of myopia or even prevent it through early detection or eye checkup, right? So let's hear from Miss Jessee. So did HOYA offer any eye checkup regularly for our customer, or do you think that why is so important for the community to have the regular eye checkup?
Yeah. Just a little bit to clarify, because HOYA, we didn't really deal directly to the real patient, where we actually have our own, a panel, like we collaboration with Focus Point. So you guys, anyone that is interested, you need to get your eye checkup at any Focus Point outlets. And how do we really support with promoting regular eye examination to actually increase the awareness amongst Malaysians, where actually getting your eye check is as important as how you get your blood test every year, something like that, right? So what we do is we actually did promote by introducing a subsidy plan to children, which is very having minimal eye power. By, if you have eye power, you need to wear glasses. So rather than using a normal glasses, you can actually start off with myopia management. Okay, so with that, we provide subsidy to the lenses, where you get the prices, you get the lenses at a relatively lower price if you detect your eye power early, because the power is still very little. Yeah, so that is how we actually form a supportive way to increase awareness in Malaysian, in this country, and also to shout out to everyone that please get your eye examination annually. Also, not only limited to children, when you bring your children to, Focus Point outlet to check the children's eye, you might as well get your eyes to check as well. One thing, you do everything in one time. Yep.
Yes, we actually know that Focus Point has has offering the eye checkup for free from time to time. So, Mr. Asyraf, can you please share on the importance of doing the eye checkup regularly?
Okay, the importance of doing eye checkup regularly for yourself or maybe for your children is to actually know what's the condition of your eye. Apart from that, you usually will come to any optical outlet, for example, Focus Point, whenever you have an issue with your vision. You see something blurry, you feel your eyes is easily get tired, or somehow your children will complain to you, Mom, I cannot see in class, I cannot see what the teacher is teaching at the front. So that's the only time where something needs to be done. So you come to Focus Point and do an eye checkup. But the important thing of doing eye checkup regularly without any without any urgency is to know if something is wrong and needs to be done as soon as possible. If you do a regular eye checkup like every year, you can see a pattern of your eye power. For example, your children, you bring your 5-year-old children to focus point and do a regular eye checkup. We scan the eye, we do refraction, and we see that, oh, your son has developed myopia, but still low power, about 0.25 or about 0.5. And then you consult with the optometrist. What do we need to do to control his power? Is it going to get any much higher? Is it going to get worse? So that is the importance of getting a regular eye checkup. You get to consult with our professional optometrist at the focus point. And also from the consultation, you will know what to do with your children. You will know what's the pathway you can, what do you need to do to stop or halt the myopia from progressing or whatnot. Apart from that, we also can help you instead of halting progression of myopia at the start. We also take myopia, or we call myopia control, as a journey for your children seriously. Not at just one time giving you myopia control lenses, but we have a journey for your children for the next few years. We will do a follow-up checkup for your children and see if the myopia control lenses really works for your children. We compare it. Before wearing the glasses, how's the progression? After wearing the glasses, how's the progression? From the progression itself, we will chart a graph for you to see. If you see it's really working, then you will see that it's the best thing to do for your children. So that's the importance of doing regular eye checkup, to see a trend before and after getting the treatment. Is it really working or not?
Yeah, and also to prevent the myopia condition to become more serious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dr. Chen, when we talk about regular checkup, based on your recommendation, how often should we do the eye checkup regularly?
Actually, for eye checkup, once you're born, there's a pediatrician that actually come and look at your eyes. But the next checkup, the recommended one is actually when the kid is going to school, meaning is going to tadika and all those, because kids can't really tell you whether they can see or not. Sometimes they don't even squint and all those. If one eye is actually seeing well, the other eye you can't see, the kid won't be telling you that. That's why it's important to do regular screening and early screening. And if let's say they are in the class also, one eye can see, one eye the other can't see. Even they sit at the back, they can actually see. The danger is that if let's say the patient is not really, as in the kid is not really telling the parents that they can't see, until a certain age, if they are not corrected, that is irreversible. That's called lazy eye, or we call amblyopia. So if that happens after the age of 8-9 years old, that's too late already. That's a permanent sort of thing that you can't see. So that is school-going age that you need to go and screen your eye. And after that, even at aging times, of course, at your 50, 60 years old, or maybe even starting at 40 years old, there are a lot of disease that actually starts. So that is another time that you should do your own screening. Of course, you can still go to focus point, you can come to the doctors. It is more of, it's your wish, but I think Focus Point has been doing quite a good job. They refer quite a lot of patients to us in the end, and most of them actually have a problem in the end.
Thank you, Dr. Chan, for the sharing. All right, I believe that that's all for the moments for the sharing. So the floor is now open. Is there anyone here has any question about myopia or any eye-related concerns? No? Okay. Once again, thank you so much to our amazing guest speakers, and thank you everyone for joining us today in this section. We hope you have learned something useful about how to manage myopia and why regular eye checkup are the key to long-term eye health. Once again, thank you so much.